So I'm recreating how the motorcycle was packed up on my way home from Oshkosh. I just have everything kind of set in place here. This video is mainly for my own purposes, so next year I can kind of see how everything was packed up, but also to give anybody who is going to go to Oshkosh and motorcycle camp an idea of how you can get everything that you're going to need for a week at AirVenture on your motorcycle and then back home. I'm going to go ahead and talk about everything that I take with me to Oshkosh. These are doubled up isomats for padding for sleep. This tarp I use for covering the motorcycle when it rains. I have inside here, I'm not going to take it off, but inside here holding the mats together is a rope that I use as a clothesline, hang out my towel and washcloth. These ropes here are used as guy lines to hold up the clothesline. I use this tent. This is super awesome tent. Really like it. And then I use this backpack in the air show, but I also carry, I ride with my motorcycle boots on, so I put my tennis shoes, those in here, and then this tarp. All right, so inside the backpack, I have ponchos. I have a cooling towel. I have, well, I carry my tennis shoes because I wear my motorcycle boots, and then I carry this tarp, and inside the tarp, I have the tent. They're military style tent poles. There's 3 of them. They slide into each other. And then these ropes hold everything together, but they're also guy lines for holding the open end of the tarp. All right, so that's what I carry to the air show in my my backpack. Of course, I will also put, I think next year I'm gonna buy a tank bag. So I'll have, I usually have my wallet in here, charger block, charger cords, earplugs. I keep extra earplugs, and they're here in my cup holder. Earplugs and extra batteries for the headlamp. Okay, so this is essentially the basic setup for coming home from Oshkosh. This was how I had everything packed in. This is essentially how I have the back end loaded. This is lightweight stuff. All right, well, I had to move some stuff inside because it started to sprinkle. So inside the trunk here, I still have some leftover things. We'll get to these in just a moment. However, the main things that go in here are my clothes. So I usually roll up socks, underwear, and a t-shirt, enough for however many days I'm gonna be there. A long sleeve shirt with a hood for sun protection. I also will have some athletic shorts, and then I'll have my shower shoes, and I'll have this bag here has a blanket in it, and then like an extra blanket that rolls up nice and tightly. And then inside here I have this eye cover for sleeping. I have a little like fleece blanket. I have a pillow, and then I have a towel and a rag. And then I don't have everything hygiene related, but I do have powder. I have some Advil, shampoo, toothpaste, just some hotel soap, and then you'll need like a razor, some blades, toothbrush, dental floss, maybe some nail clippers if you think you'll need them. This is one thing that you wouldn't think you would need, but it's nice to have. They don't have comb as well. They don't have mirrors in the bathroom at Oshkosh, and then I can shave, and then I can brush my teeth and all that stuff. So a mirror, this goes on a sun visor in a car. That's what it's originally for, but that goes in my hygiene gear. The rest of the stuff in here, this was just overflow packing things up. Typically, this is going to be packed in the box that has my food and cooking supplies in it, but I couldn't get it in there on the way home. We'll look at this box in just a little bit. If you take a motorcycle up there, you might want to have a kickstand pad just so your kickstand doesn't sink into the ground. It's pretty hard to pack clay, but you know, if it rains, it's going to soften. So, of course, you know, just in case, you might need some Pepto-Bismol. All right, in my other side case, I have a Thermacell extra fuel Thermacell fillers. I have these stick in the ground solar panel, or excuse me, solar powered lights that turn on when the sun goes down. I have a headlamp, clothespins, hammer for pounding in the tent stakes, garbage bags, tent stakes. This is super important. A battery powered fan to have the air moving in the tent at night. This is just an example. I don't have all of the food that I took up there. It's necessary. The sun hat, important to have. So that all goes in here. Okay, in my other case, I have this sports blanket. It's kind of like a windbreaker jacket. It's got a soft side, like a fleece, and then I believe it's nylon exterior. This is my solar panel. I know they make larger ones. This is a sufficient, just not extra. That's the capacity for the solar panel. Of course, you'll need charger cords, charger blocks, and here's one of my charger blocks, battery banks. So you'll need the solar charger, a charger block, because you can charge while you're in the air show. Charger cords, I usually take about 4 charger cords and a few adapters, because everything's USB-C now, except this is a USB. So you need like a USB-C to a USB adapter. And then this is a battery bank, but it's also a portable air pump for motorcycle tires. Another battery bank, sunscreen, folding chair, coffee and some sugar, the rope to mark out my campsite, baby wipes, a thing of Kool-Aid, some potato chips, a large serving spoon, some tongs, some other kind of tongs, a small spatula, can opener, scrub pad, some dish soap, and then a bag to keep it all in. And then here's my cooking setup. Canteen cup. And then I have a couple lighters and a couple knives that I take with as well. So that's all of the cooking stuff and charging stuff and comfort stuff that I needed. If anybody's wondering, these are Solo Box. They work great. I got the reflective tape on them. Try to be visible. You know, being seen is important. The seat pad was a super necessary addition for the V-Strom with the OEM seat. The phone mount, it's called the quad lock, and that's got the built-in charger and the isolation damper, because I did ruin the camera on my iPhone 12. Prepping the motorcycle, I air up the tires to the dual riding levels. Since I'm adding quite a bit of weight, I clean and lube the chain. I check the chain's tension, make sure that I have a fresh oil change. I don't take any water with me. I stop in Fond du Lac and get water and gas. But that wraps up my 5th year in a row of going to Oshkosh on the motorcycle. This is the camping list and packing list that I've come up with. This is the way I secure everything to the bike. In the next few photos, you'll see my trip to AirVenture, me stopping to get fuel, and then setting up my tent after I arrived. You'll see my tent from the front with my panniers taken off the motorcycle. You'll see my tent up close, and then you'll see the clothesline followed by the backside of my tent, how I have it secured for the Oshkosh thunderstorms. Thanks for watching.